Some of you may remember back in 1993, Wong Jing directed a film called Kung Fu Cult Master starring Jet Li. It was meant to be a two-parter with a sequel lined up, but the first film failed critically and commercially. Subsequently, the film garnered a cult following, but there wasn't much demand for a remake. Wong Jing, along with Hong Kong DP Kwok brings us an updated version of the Heaven Sword and Dragon Saber tale, titled New Kung Fu Cult Master 1. As the title suggests, this is the first in a two-parter. The release on streaming platform already tells you about the quality of the film. The film sees 6 martial arts schools wanting to eradicate the so-called evil faction, but each school has their own agenda and wants to be the ruler of the martial arts world. We follow Wuji, a child born from the father of the good martial arts society and the mother of the evil martial arts society. After years of seclusion, Wu Jing's parents decide to return to the martial arts world, but their rivals met with the 6th martial arts school, who kills Wuji's father in the process. Years pass, and now the adult Wuji, with his newfound friend Xiong, overhears that all the years of feud between the good and evil factions were orchestrated by the government in secret, led by Ming. During their little escapade, Xiong is injured and Wuji has to take her to Guangming Mountain, the base of the evil sect, but due to a scheme of the 6th martial arts school, those at Guangming Mountain mistake Wuji as a fraud. During this moment, the 6th martial arts school storm the mountain to confront the evil sect and end them once and for all, but Wuji manages to prevent this from happening, resulting in the 6 schools retreating. Wuji is made the new leader of the evil faction and he goes to warn Wudong members of the impending attack, but it's too late and he's confronted by Ming. The story itself is actually more complex, but it will be difficult for me to cover the large amount of details present in the film. There are just too many characters even for 2 films to cover. The film is based on the novels by famed wushu author Louis Cha, whose complex story has been adapted many times before, and I fondly remember watching the story unfold on a TV serial. It had so much time to flesh out characters and plot points, while this film struggles to effectively juggle so much that's happening, often skipping onto events rapidly and introducing characters with no explanation or contribution to the story. The film is produced by the Shaw Brothers company, which owns TVB, so we are presented with a host of TVB actors, with Raymond Lam headlining the title character. Sadly, Raymond Lam possesses little charm and is rather bland in the role. The biggest names are of course Donnie Yen and Louis Koo, but both are extended cameos only. Louis Koo looks bored and is killed off near the beginning. As for Donnie Yen, it felt like he could have been played by anyone else, and appears during the beginning and near the end with little to do. Neither Janice Man nor Qianqian can do justice to what Shaola Chang and Qingmi Yao did for the roles. Janice Man in particular lacks the authoritative nature that the role demands, often coming across as weak. Budget constraints are apparent throughout, with sets looking like they're straight out of TV series, and the costumes are just so cartoon. Lighting is not much better, again looking like a TV serial, just spruced up with some added shadows here and there, opposed to the washed out look we usually get from TVB. It's troubling when you consider that one half of the directors is a DP of renown for the works on One Night in Mongkok and 7 Swords. Then there are scenes with sparsity of extras and it really makes the scenes look small scale. Comparisons to the original Kung Fu Cult Master film is inevitable, and man does this film pale in comparison. The film almost follows the original film beat for beat. The structure and set pieces are pretty much the same, but done much worse. The fights look like they are done for TV. They are quick and devoid of any creativity. CGI and wire work is the order of the day. Raymond Lam is no Jet Li, but they could have done more with him. Instead, we get these awkward fight scenes that feels tired and uninteresting. Donnie Yen gets a very mundane fight during the beginning and nothing after that. Then we have set pieces ripped straight from the original Kung Fu Cult Master. The original, we saw Jet Li versus Cho Wing in an impressive display of Kung Fu skills. This new version sees Raymond Lam take on martial arts actor Oscar Lee, where horrible CGI is featured throughout. It then has the audacity to implement the same situation where we see Oscar Lee's eagle claw ripping into the pillar, which was something that played out in the original film. The ending is an orgy of CGI. Energy beams come out of the swords and things explode, even with a host of credible fighters such as Donnie Yen, Song Xing, Xi Yaneng, Yu Kong and Louis Fan. Not an ounce of quality fight choreography comes from this film. There's also this awkward undercranking that is used occasionally in the film, and this also filters into the fights. One positive is that there's none of the crass humour that featured in the original. I think my biggest enjoyment from this film was spotting celebrities like Elvis Choi, Mars, Jade, Leung, Xi Yaneng, Song Xing, Louis Fan, but none of this makes this film worth sitting through.